Hey, I'm Rob. Welcome to Reframe. Today I'm going to talk about the gap. The gap is the distance in time between inspiration or discipline and action. And I'm going to teach you how to minimize the gap so that you can stop procrastinating. What's in the gap? Inside that big old gap is compulsions, habits, automatic behaviors. And the bigger the gap, the more procrastination, anxiety, depression, negative self-talk happens, which further prevents us from wanting to create. The gap becomes infinite, so action never happens. You're more likely to stay stuck. So we've got the trigger, the gap starts, and then action happens. The thing over here is your discipline, your inspiration. It triggers the gap. Acting from inspiration and discipline are very different. So shortening the gap requires different tactics. So when inspiration's the trigger, how do you close the gap? You have to get used to using any medium available. You might want to write something on guitar. You might have a guitar riff in your head, but you might have a piano in front of you. Write the guitar riff on the piano. Sing it out. Draw the notes if you have a pen and paper. If you have your phone, sing into your voice memos. It's about you capturing the inspiration when it strikes so that the gap is almost non-existent. You have to be more adaptable. You have to be flexible with environments, with mediums, because you can't be waiting for the perfect conditions. Otherwise, the gap will increase and you won't get it done. When that inspiration strikes, it's just about capturing that spark. Even the smallest action towards making that spark a reality builds momentum. And you can go and refine what you've just made later on. So it's about capturing it in that moment of inspiration. Closing the gap when the trigger is discipline. Don't allow time for overthinking. So when you get the thought that you need to do it, you start. You notice you have a bit of time and there's a guitar. Instead of thinking, I could write a song, act and go and pick up the guitar. This impulsive action ensures the gap doesn't have a chance to increase. Start first thing in the morning. As soon as you wake up, move into creation. This gives you the opportunity to bypass all distractions, which increase the gap. Decide what you're going to do the night before, and then wake up and do it. Decreasing the gap takes energy. The number one most important thing when it comes to energy is sleep. Sleep trickles down onto every single facet of life. Poor sleep can make you eat terribly. It can make your body fatigued so you can't exercise as effectively. And if you're depleted, closing the gap feels impossible. You just want to sit there and watch YouTube. You might get inspired, or you might have a discipline that you've committed to, and that's when the gap is triggered. If you're inspired, use any medium possible to start something small so that the gap doesn't turn into the abyss. If it comes to the time to do your discipline, the thing that you've committed yourself fully to, you need to remove the option that you can think about doing it. You have no choice, so remove the thoughts and close the gap by acting. Even better, make it something that you do first thing in your day, after the best damn night's sleep you've ever had, so that distractions can't make your gap gaping. So closing the gap is something you can develop. If you're just aware that there's a ticking time bomb, you can overcome it. Thank you for watching Reframe. I'm Rob. Bye.